In each cylinder of a gasoline engine, 4 strokes keep on getting repeated in the same order. Depending on how the cycling stopped when the engine was previously used, the cycling could begin in any of the 4 strokes, which are called compression, ignition, exhaust, and intake. In long division as well, 4 strokes keep on getting repeated in the same order. Unlike a gasoline engine, the cycling always begins with the same stroke, which is mini division. The 4 strokes are mini division, multiplication, subtraction, and bringing down. I'm illustrating by polynomial long division rather than place value numeral long division, because polynomial long division is highly structured, as is a gasoline engine. In the mini division, we say how much the x in the divisor can go into the 4x cubed. It can go 4x squared times. I put 4x squared on the top left corner. Some teachers would align it with the dividends x squared term to emphasize the importance of every column as designated by the consecutive powers of x in the dividend. However, while these designated columns are essential below the bar, they don't matter above the bar. In preparation for the multiplication strokes, left justification of the quotient expression is advantageous. In the multiplication, we distribute multiplication by 4x squared onto the divisor. We align the product below the like terms of the dividend. Due to the structure of polynomial long division, the leftmost column that was developed will always have a perfect match. In the subtraction, the column of the perfect match gets 0, and 7x squared minus negative 8x squared gets 15x squared. Does subtraction remind you of a stroke in the cycling of a gasoline engine? The exhaust stroke subtracts combustion products from the cylinder, as our subtraction stroke subtracts the product. For fun, let's call our subtraction stroke our exhaust stroke. In the bringing down, we copy the next term of the dividend as an addition to the subtraction result. Remember what comes after the exhaust stroke in the gasoline engine? It's the intake stroke. For fun, let's call our bringing down our intake stroke. If there's fuel to intake, there's enough energy to begin a new cycle. If there's no fuel to intake, the engine stops. Don't worry about the zero coefficient. We're using unleaded fuel. Now that we have energy for a new cycle, we do a new mini division. We say how much the x in the divisor can go into the 15x squared. It can go 15x times. I extended the quotient by adding 15x. Now we distribute multiplication by 15x onto the divisor. It's time for another exhaust stroke and an intake stroke that brings the last of the fuel into the engine. Here we see the cycle that's final because there's no fuel to intake. The 57 is called the remainder.